Is the sound now? Is that good? Is that all right? We're on mute from when I were testing to see if it worked again a little bit earlier. It's been a long time since I've even tried anything like this. I can't even do it at levels that most other people can. But anyway, if somebody could just say whether it's on good or not, and we're we'll go for it. So yeah, decided to try and revive this bit of a shambles. I think that's probably the biggest way to call it. They made massive noise about how good it was going to be. I'm sure the as we call it, the Vuvuzela is still. Oh right, cheers, thanks guys. So yeah, the Vuvuzela it's stuck in Duggan's garage somewhere. Wood has said he's going to try and get it out. Whether he can find it, whether he can rub Asna's name off and create somebody else's name on, who knows. But yeah, just for end of the day, Super League we're done. Try and just have a little bit of a laugh and just see where it goes. I'm going to play it right through to the end. We're going to carry on with people's tactics for what they want. If anybody's still in chat after doing it, you can just move a few players about and. It's not, mate. It's in a garage in Sunderland. It currently is, and it should have been on its way to Ireland. That never got itself there. But yeah, so yeah, we're going to try and have a bit of a laugh. We'll just play this out to end. I'm going to hazard a guess. I think it was given a take around February time last year. It became prevalent that this were going to start. But yeah, so they did, and we got a certain way in, and obviously life took over. Life were far different 12 months ago than what it is now for everybody. So yeah, we'll crack on and we'll see where we go. And obviously, if people aren't in chat, we'll try and be as fair as we can for any sub sendings off and things like that. Unless it's Ryan against us, and his goalkeeper will be coming out because he's probably going to bum me a clean off. So yeah, so we'll crack straight on then. So here we are. This is the first quarter final, Egypt against Senegal, and we will go on. So we'll go straight to the Egypt team. Until flicking through the teams, I didn't actually realise I've got a pretty strong 11. That's sort of what I went for. And obviously, if you have your time again and the lads can be asked to do it again, we're probably different. And this is what Egypt are looking like. It's fairly standard tactic that we see in quite a lot of iterations of anything, but it's unbelievably strong team. Couldn't actually remember how strong this team was. And yeah, when he put it on paper, if I'm honest, if this team shouldn't be winning the thing, in fairness, I think it'll be a little bit of a travesty. One of the big things has been, from looking back over what's happened previously, Justin Walker. He's got 2 goals and assists in 3 games so far, 8-3-3, 8-7-10, the way he's played. And if we ever just have a quick look at their fixtures so far, they started off with which were managed by Alf at the time, a big 4-2 win, and I think they were Robin's only 2 goals so far. And yeah, obviously Justin there getting involved. And we go back to the rest of his fixtures, followed it up with I can't remember who Congo was. Republic of Congo, which were all sorry, followed it up with a 2-0 win again. And then a 4-2 beating of Morocco, who I think was Martin in charge of Morocco, I believe. But he's been playing these crazy one-at-the-back tactics. We'll go back to that one. A bit more standardish. And yeah, so obviously Martin, we're going for pretty what Martin does, but obviously the strength of this team got by it. So yeah, looking at obviously his boy Arman starting up top, Robin and Ronaldinho in behind, Marcelo Gallardo, big favourite of Tato's, as we all know, and that 1 to 6 and 8, very strong. Fusini, not had the greatest of. Well, I know it was 12 months ago, but he's not the greatest tournament so far. But let's say very, very strong team. He's got some options on bench. If you're looking at Fiore, Morientes can come and do a bit if needed. So we go straight back on to the Senegal team, which Dan didn't change anything up in terms of formation. Didn't expect him to. The 181 is Dan's go-to, and in essence, there's a lot of strong players there. One of Wooders' favourites, Carl Corneliusson, has had a reasonably decent 12-month ago season, as we do. And Dennis Bergkamp, be interested to see what he does at Aston in Super League coming up next season. And obviously, the big talking point with Diop, 4 goals in three appearances with an 8.33 rating, 979. Absolutely superb stat. We'll just have a quick little look at their fixtures so far. They started out with a massive 5-0 win against South Africa, which were managed by looking at the formation. It's easy to tell. Obviously managed by Swanee, and a fairly strong team going forward. And but this 181 just caught them all by surprise. I think that overloaded midfield maybe had done it, and then 3 of Diop's goals obviously coming from there. We move on. They then got absolutely handed their backsides to him by Cameroon, and Elbey were absolutely on fire that game. I think he scored another couple. He had a really good tournament at the start, from what we remember, and obviously Agostinho doing Agostinho bits for Legends there. But a couple of reasonable performances. Cordoba and Emerson still putting some numbers in, and then to take them into quarterfinals, another Diop-inspired performance against the Ivory Coast. And yes, it's going to be a really interesting game going forward. There'll be no silly. We'll make sure it's on very fast. We're going to play them all right on very fast right the way through, and we'll just make sure there won't be no stupid, silly, quick text. But we'll kick it off. Obviously, as standard as you expect, it seems to be very much Egypt at the start of it, but Senegal seem to be coming back in a little bit. Very horrible kit, not easy to read, and I've seen Luis Enrique getting his foot on ball there. He's been a revelation in Super League this last season. Going to be really interested to see what he does at Pastures New going forward as well. But it's a fairly even game. Didn't expect it to be so close, so tight. And then, well, as I say, that is Tato's favourite, and there's second in from the boy Fusini that we're talking about. I apologise to him for talking about him before. That's maybe because I'm talking about him. He hasn't scored in 3 games, and I talk about him, and then he goes and does that. Match stats, fairly even, really. Senegal, obviously, not surprised that they're contributing that much to the game with the way they're set up, but this solid Egypt side, the way they're going. So we'll go straight on to Egyptian side, and that's a very strong performance. You've got a couple of players that should be doing far better. Nesta, maybe that yellow card, pulling his 7 down to a 6. Tomasi, not doing so much Tomasi things, but yeah, yeah. So it was quite a evenish game, Dan. That's what I was sort of getting at. So they want to stay as is till 60. Luis Enrique, although his name were 60, I'll try and do a thing, Dan. If I remember rightly, last time I was absolutely terrible at doing it. But if you want to have a quick look over your team and see where you go from there. Diop still putting himself about a little bit. George Costa having a reasonable game. Dennis Bergkamp has completed all his passes. I think that's probably the only reason for his 7. But is there anything you want to do, Dan, while we start looking at your team? Well, we'll wait for Dan. We'll just have a quick look at his options on his bench. Obviously, you've got Andre Oya, Luigi Di Biagio. Both have done really good bits in the Super League, and he's got a couple of Marcus Stewart. Interesting option, in fairness. It'd be interesting to see if he would come on where we were going to play. I didn't actually realise until recently he's a forward centre in the game. I always thought he was a striker. So it would be interesting to see if he can come on and do a bit of thing. Dan says yes. What does yes mean, Dan? Does yes mean you're happy to go to 60? Does yes mean you want to make a change? Does yes mean you're just happy that 12 months later that the things back come to life, and then hopefully, depending on when the return of the Super League might happen, it might spur the boys on to maybe get AFCON 3 properly going. Oh, Stuart on for his eyes. So we've got Senegal tactics. Stuart for his eyes, and that'll do. No problem, Dan. So we go with 2-0 in. Not over the 2-0 game, I wouldn't have thought at the minute, but they're obviously dominating with passes, tackles and headers one at the moment at Egypt, which is unsurprising given the strength of the squad. Tato were an absolute menace, if I remember rightly. There's Robin putting 3 past them. Massive. Unless Diop comes out with his goal scoring escapades that he's been doing so far, I can only see one conclusion so far, and there's gone straight past, and I do apologise. We've gone to 73. Too busy I'm useless at trying to commentate on what's going to happen. It's an absolute gift that everybody that's been involved and done it has in terms of Ryan, Martin, Fifey, Dan. It's a gift that you've got to be able to commentate on or watch what's going on and then stop things. I'm just a mess. Yeah, exactly, Thacker. I totally agree. So Tato's going Vogel off for Fiore. I saw that first. Stick him at AMC centrally. 1 DMC, that's all, mate. Cheers. So, Dan, anything for your good self? Diop and Emerson still the only ones covering themselves in glory. Yeah, you were, Martin. You were Morocco, as we alluded to. I think if we go to Egypt's fixtures, or we'll go to Morocco's fixtures, you started off with a 2-0 defeat with a very narrow, arrowy formation against the Republic of Congo, which were managed by Alf at the time, and unfortunately Alf too much going on to be able to get back involved, and then a really good one at the back against the Congo, which I think the Congo with David. What's up your 84? And then Egypt obviously just had the bit better of that 3 at the back with their 1 at the back, but there was quite a lot of pressure going forward. And you went big on trying to do transfers, as in you just wanted African players. I do. So Dan said it's Billy Chijo. So Luis Enrique up front. To the left or right, then I've put him there for now. Diop run to FL2, please. Am I right with that? Just wait on confirmation from Dan that I've done what he wanted in a particular manner that he likes. Happy days. Okay, and then we will go to 90 minutes, and I don't think there'll be any further than that at this present time. But again, it just seemed all Egypt again so far. I think a Diop goal would finish off Senegal's tournament really well. Tato saying the formation terrifies him. It's done really well in a lot of other menacing games that he's played. But it just really seemed that they're on the back foot regardless of how much your keeper's on a 9 Tato, in fairness. And there we have the final whistle. And yeah, a massive amount of creation there from Senegal, as you'd expect from Egypt. We'll click over there. Zambrota on a match. Justin Walker with another assist as well. Ronaldinho assist. A couple of shots off, but Fusini there with a 9. Most of his shots on target, completed most of his passes. That's really good from him. Click over at Senegal. A bit of picking up a little bit from all them 6s, and I think there's still room for. I mean, I don't know what Tolo Mas we're doing in terms of shooting from where he was, but we'll click on and we will click on to the next game. So we have we have Fakers Sierra Leone. If we remember, he posting silly videos in the chat when he were out in Leeds, absolutely drunk, and against Mike's revolutionary formations. If we remember right, we'll have a quick look at Algeria's. They were in our group. Algeria's fixture so far, they drew 3-3 with which is here with a fairly standardish mic tactic that we've seen without arrows. And obviously Joe Cole and Savio doing the business. And then they beat ourselves. We beat them 2-1 with the Togolese Kevin Phillips with a late winner, I believe, which kept us in the running for qualifying. And then the big one, massive 4-0 win against Dimbles Ghana with this team, which is very, very, very good. And then this from Mike. This 4-4-2 was just the absolute base of what Mike's champ sort of facade is within the community. None of us could believe it happened, probably bar Mike himself, but unbelievable. And we've seen him do it again since in different versions of things going forward. So if we look at Mike's team quickly, he's gone for another Mike special, no arrows for a start. Yeah, I've just seen the comment there. The Seedolf nickname shall remain, as is Thacker's Vincent Mandela. It's I mean, looking at that, Totti out wide, it's probably one of his better positions. I've always had decent numbers out of him from there. You can never get decent numbers from mainly anywhere else. Jeff Whitley, obviously massive part of the Sprungfeld side. Going to see him how he's going to get on in the Super League this year. It'll be really, really interesting. And then you've got Andrew Cole, sorry, as he should be known. I think it's I think he's one of them where he could be very good. He always seems very good, but looking at that, he's got 3 goals and assists in 3 games so far. Been really good for Mike's sides. So we'll go on to Thacker's team. Obviously, he had a very, very good team, and you look at his defensive midfield across of it. It's extremely strong. They haven't got too much strength behind it. Ronnie Johnson's been an unsung hero for our team, in fairness. He's season 1, season 2 for me is absolutely superb, but I don't think you get the numbers out of him at centre half, in fairness. But that Johnson and that 4, Abelardo's a little bit of is decent, but probably not up to that level that a lot of them are. But then you look going forward, obviously Joe Cole, Shearer, Trezeguet, very strong team. Nicky Franco but injured after he's had a really good tournament so far. He might have had some competition for Jeff Whitley, which unsurprising as well, knowing that Dimble likes a couple of players. But yeah, shame for Thacker that Nicky Franco didn't make it. But taking Steven Gerrard out from his last game, we'll have a quick look at their fixtures so far. They started off with a 1-0 draw of Angola. Honestly, I can't remember who Angola was. Then he drew 1 apiece with Ryan's Nigeria, which, if it weren't for Vieira sending off, it'd probably overcome him, my opinion. And then a comprehensive 3-0 win against Liberia, where Nicky Franco really come into his own. So we'll have a click on, and we'll see where this one takes us. There's a lot of that's a very quick goal for Trezeguet, who came in for Nicky Franco to move into a 2-up from and there's Patrick Vieira coming back in for Steven Gerrard. So Thacker, what would you like to do with this? Would you matter move in DI Central, or is there anything else you'd rather tickle your fancy with? As we wait for him to come through. Obviously, with a sending off, as we'll do things that can be done. Oh, Roberto Carlos was sent off at the same time. So I didn't actually realise that. So Mike, is there anything you'd like to do or change? Can we have a look at no match report? We'll have to have a look at half time at what happened there. Yeah, Teo, I think it would be very, very funny to see what would happen in that. So, Sierra Leone Tickets, call out for Wellens. Yep. And is that how you want to leave it? Wellens at AMC, or and we'll go with that. Let me know if you want them switching round. Do you want any arrows on the CMs, or we'll just wait for his confirmation. Tot it back to ML, no arrow, done. Yeah, no problem, Michael. Just wait for Facos. That's fine for now. So then we've got Algeria, tot it back to ML with no arrow. And we'll see what the last 39 minutes of this half will bring. Oh, there we go, very fast, apologies. At least it's not as very fast as it was the first time we tried all this, when I had to reset the game and download a new file. But it does seem very much Sierra Leone really in this tendency. But as we say that, De Flandre in his debut, I believe, in the tournament, I don't think he played a game. Once I saw his name in the side for Mike, didn't actually realise and think he'd played much. So it's interesting shout. And as we're coming up to half time, Sierra Leone were putting a little bit of pressure on as well, but smash stats and fairly even-ish in terms of passing, fairly even. Algeria edging the tackles one, and Sierra Leone being massive in the air, which you'd expect with what they are sort of capable of and some of the players have got. I mean, you look at their Candela, Abelardo winning 2 out of 2, Johnson winning 1 out of 1, Trezeguet winning 2 out of his 3 as well. So yeah, fairly evenish sort of ratings. A couple of players going above themselves. Yeah, I agree, Mike. Really good so far. So we'll click over Algeria stats as well. Totti, with that moving back, it's interesting to see if that 8 were there beforehand, but he's getting involved, trying to kick a few about. He's getting involved in air as well, which again, I said he can be one of them. Plays a little bit wide and does all right. And De Flandre again. As we say, is his debut, is a really good performance so far. And so Faka's all right till 6. Is there anything you want to do? I will do my very best. I'll just keep it on mute and then just click it as soon as I can, Faka, if that helps. Match report, yeah. So, Trezeguet scored, indirect free kick was given. Vieira was kicked by Carlos. Vieira pushed Totti in the chest. So, red card for Carlos for kicking him, and Vieira for shoving Totti in chest. It's funny. It's funny how his retaliation won at the player that kicked him. So, Mike's good till 60 as well. Okay, so I'm going to restart the match. I am doing my very best to keep an eye out. Obviously, I can see again there's been a lot of green and white, not white and green so far, and then we will click on that. And have we done it? I did click it on 58, so apologies that it's flicked over at 64. Yeah, it probably was. It's long locks at that probably time in this 0102, as they were at this point, probably just flowing in the air. And so, Mike, we'll go to your team. Obviously, Totti's still carried his 8, so he's still doing all right. De Flandre is still carrying his 8 as well. Seedorf and Rui Costa are doing a couple of little bits, but it's still been not greatly improved from our time. So, anything you think that might change the swing or put you on the offensive, Mike? Colin Saviola, Fowler, and Collins. So Fowler, would you like? I'm guessing you want Fowler on the left side. I'm gonna assume, Mike, then being a left footer. 8 for a dive. Just want to confirm that Fowler on left with him being a left footer, Mike, and then we'll move over to Faka's team. Yes, I think it is Tato. Okay, so Mike's alright, we're not bothered either side. We click on to Sierra Leone. If you want to have a look, Thacker, you're obviously doing a little bit more. There's me bad mouthing Abelardo before. I bad mouthed Fassini to a little bit, and he scored. Abelardo's having a really solid game there so far. So, anything you'd like to change up? You're going to go for jugular, Thacker, or are you going to sit and see where you go? Georgian Tato won comms last time. Yeah, I'm guessing they were. Yeah. So for anybody that don't know, I mean, I've in essence a couple of people that have met me can probably vouch for this. I've got very small hands, but Thacker's hands are actually even smaller than my own. He can hold a Nokia 20, 30, 33, 10 and still struggle to click the middle buttons. Juninho for NDI and put at ANC. Okay. An NDI 6 is not the best. Any arrow on Juninho? Oh, yeah, arrow 1. And is that it? And is that it? Is that a... Yeah, that's fine. So, okay. So we're going to the last 26 minutes of this, and we'll see where it goes. Like I say, we're going to try and get it to its stop on 85. Oh yeah, they were the. I'll do my best. They were the rules, weren't they? So you can stop on 30 minutes if you wanted, but whether it's been very end to end, it seemed very much Sierra Leone, but 84. You can have it 84 with 10 up front, right? Sierra Leone, it's stops on 84. Yeah, I do remember the Woulda shout where if you got to 30 minutes, you can just shout and make a change, which nobody were bothered for, in fairness. But I quite liked it. I think I did it once actually, just to appease him that somebody had done it. So, Faka, is there anything you want to do with your team on 84, not 85 minutes? And while he's having a look and think, we'll go over to Algeria as well. Oh, we'll do that first then. Arrows on fullbacks to AMLMR. While he's signing for once, we'll look at Algeria. I don't know if anybody's heard it. There's a song called Algeria by JJ72, which were out when I was a teen, all them years ago, which were fairly okay song in fairness. So anything you want to do, Mike? Well, we're I mean, Totti's gone up. He's found his way up to a 9. So he's just sat there, just trying to pull strings, and which I think is a very, again, maybe it's a newfound position. Maybe Dan's watching, and maybe talking to Jens about potentials instead of Bart Hoare on the left. Totti might be the answer, and might get some numbers out of somebody else. Anyone else? You love JJ72. I didn't think anybody else heard of him. Well, there you go. See, you don't know me that well. Is that it, Mike, or is there anything else you'd like to do? Yeah, they were very niche though, Thacker. I think they were one of them times when Kerrang TV music channel were on, And yeah, they were on them. But yeah, we're a reasonable song. So Karlstrom for Eric, and move to AMC. Do that again. Left, right foot. I don't know if you're bothered or not bothered, Mike. But that's up to you. If you want to say that's okay. I'm going to assess with Mike saying done that's him done. So sorted. So yeah, we'll play out these last 6 minutes, which seems a little bit. Has been very, very end to end. In fairness, it's ended 90 minutes. Some shots on target, fairly even, but you don't know whether that's Sierra Leone contributing to shots from distance, but just been very poor in air of Algeria. But apart from that, it's been a really, really even game all throughout. So we've got Sierra Leone. I don't know how you could say it better than me when you were arsehole and I'm sober. But they're some very, very, very good ratings that you wouldn't expect to be on a drawing side, or maybe not. If Algeria's stats are as good as this, you'd probably expect that should be maybe putting the game to bed. But got the first half extra time. Okay, so got Algeria stats, and yeah, Totti still. I mean, his pass completion is not the best, but he's attempted a lot of tackles that he hasn't finished any of them. He's won every header, and but right, so you're both good to last time, so we'll get on with it. Oh, Kim Karlstrom, the biggest myth on the game. Whether it's Mark Kerr, whether it's anybody else, for me, I find this lad he's not awful for that, but he's awful. Right, half time, Sierra Leone stats. The performances are, I think they've been getting let down a little bit by Lee Bowyer. In fairness, player of his calibre should be contributing a bit better. I mean, he has done so far a little bit, but rest of them been really good. The people that stayed on the pitch anyway. So, anything you'd like to do, Faka, to try and change things, try and claw the game back? So Mike just wants to let it roll, which I'm not surprised about with Kim Karlstrom. You're off Av. Oh, Avalazza, right. Sure, Avalazza for Bowyer. Any preference on where he is in the three? Yeah. Left, centre, whatever. I mean, there's no point looking at Mike's stats because he's rolling. No, right, no preference, so you can just go there in the middle. And we go to the last 15 minutes of the second quarter final. They sure have lads. Massive. Oh no, he's done it again. Oh my dear God. Is that genius or a stroke of luck? I've no clue what to call it as, but that's absolutely if I click on these stats here, has he got man at match? No, he hasn't. David Trezeguet with man at match. That is absolutely massive. Maybe need to cancel one of my cash transfers in the Super League and bring him in to Super League, because he hasn't played whatsoever. I don't think you can tactical genius when you just let somebody else decide where he stands, where he goes. But yeah, in terms of attempts on target, very even game. That were one of the best extra time games I've ever seen. 3 goals in extra time is mental. Well done, lads. Commiserations to Mike. Been as intuitive as ever, but who'd have ever thought a David Trezeguet man at match performance would see somebody through. So we go on. So there's ourselves against Nigeria, and Ryan set his team up in a way that he was taking it all as a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh early doors. But I genuinely think he's taking it a little bit serious now. He's making his way back into the Super League, which is fantastic for the league, in fairness. He puts another guy in there who's extremely, extremely good at the game, as has been proven. Yeah, I'm rolling. But he's gone for a 2-3-3-2. And yeah, it won't be I'm going to start clicking through massively. So have a quick look at fixtures. Beat Liberia, drew Sierra Leone, lost to Angola, and found themselves in a quarter final by winning 1 game. So yeah, so a quick look at our side. We've gone up to wingers. We've fallen into the trap of everybody else, and yeah, our fixtures so far: a 4-0 smashing by Ghana. Actually, very good that game. Beat Mike, then we beat Asna, and we're now in the quarter final, and we go on with it. And we're already on very fast, and I'm expecting a loss here, because I think Ryan's probably taking time to try and beat me, try and put a marker down for this next season of Super League. But we seem like we've been. Whose is a paint by formation? Fucker, mine is, or what? I don't know. Probably both seem a bit. I'm playing wingers. Paint by formation includes wing backs, and there's no wing backs in either side. Very, very dull game. Look at us. We've been okay. Mendieta and Sorochinski, Kevin Phillips, Togolese Kevin Phillips, who has got a goal, but he's averaging 6.5. We'll look over at Nigeria. I don't think Ryan's here. Kieran Dyer doing bits. Talk about mine. You see this? So I'm gonna make a bit of a change, and I'm gonna bring Big Mark Viduka on for Togolese Kevin Phillips, and we'll just kick on. Won't be stopping at 60 for our game. We'll be flying on. But there's seem a lot more red and white text, which worries me, because it just means that they can come back and get us at any time. Fairly still even so far, and I won't be surprised. Yeah, oofing it, fucker. It's I'm the king of the north. What's his name? Mark Hughes. Yeah, what an absolute boredom game this is. I hope Ryan gets a winner here, because it's give me more reason to click through. End of 90 minutes. Even free kicks, but offsides, 13 offsides, so we've had another 8 from that. We've been very boring. Ryan's keeper. Very boring. He's indeed the kick-up king. Let's have a quick scout at us, and there's nobody there worthy of coming on, so we'll just roll. We'll play his extra time out. Yeah, and this is what happens when we don't take it too serious. Right, Viduka. So we will have Viduka for Gus Lopez. Where's Viduka? There. And then he can be left, he can be that, he can be that, he can be that. And we'll just go for it, see if we can get a goal back, take it to penalties. Looking unlikely. Very strong Nigeria side, in fairness. But seemingly deserved on stats, just about. Completed more passes, but one more of his tackles. We'll play it, Ryan. Got a Southgate man at match for us. Shame that none of our lads could step that up, but yeah, we'll get straight on with this game. So we've got Cameroon against Congo. I'm going to assume Legends in here, but this is his setup. We had to make one change, which was Algera. So Maliski were on bench, so we put him in at centre half because obviously he can play there. And the guy that's not bothered put this setup in. This is a Wooder formation, and we're going to go for it. We need to put it on very fast because Duggan, but well, yeah, but Southgate's very, very good on this game, Faka. We're talking this game, we're not talking real life, where it's most boring man in the world, apart from you. So Duggan a bit earlier, jumped in, jumped out. Most sensible thing just to put Patrick Anderson in, and then see rest at half Texas. Won't making no changes. If people aren't in making changes, we just click through it and get to. Yeah, they are. Congo colours are very nice. Cameroon colours are very hard to read, as Senegal were. Congo very much on top. Cameroon, Oliver Kahn, obviously, given that they were on top. Desai putting decent performance in Congo. Sepe Pancaro doing okay, as is the court. Rest pretty meh, so we'll go straight on with it. And Thierry Henry gets his second goal of the tournament so far, which been interesting. If Alpha had taken the team, what would have transpired in terms of formation and where we're going to set up. But yeah, there we go. It's pretty dominant. Yeah, fairly strong Cameroon side, but we know 3 at back necessarily don't work a lot of time. But yeah, so we go straight through to the semis. So Sierra Leone v Egypt, and we're going to go. We'll look at condition. Everybody's as fit. Tato, are you fine to roll with your lineup, please? Or would you like to make a change? He talks about it being more boring than time consuming in Super League and gets being slow to reply. Okay, as is to start, of course. So Faka, I'm going to assume you're going to put Gerrard back in there. Do you want to make any changes to that lineup? Do you want to start Avaladze over Shearer, or is he going to be your secret weapon off at bench? What a guy, though. He's been fantastic for. Well, it's alright saying type your reply ages ago. I saw it when it popped up on things saying as is to start. Of course, I'm not watching on my phone as well. I'm not egotistical. I'm just waiting for him to pop in here. Oh, Tuso, Gerrard, Duff, Gerrard, and we roll. Right, semi-final, first semi-final, Sierra Leone, and there's Jay Walks with his contribution, as has been the case in every game so far during last year's AFCON. But Sierra Leone does seem to be coming forward a bit. There's seem a lot of text in their favour, but then again, disallowed Ronaldinho goal. There's David Trezeguet. After a superb performance last time out, he comes equalising. Makes me wonder why I gave Robin for. There's Iron Robin. I tell you what, a very, very good first half, lads. End to end, plenty of text for both sides. Egypt definitely on top. Looking at that, but yeah, David Trezeguet after that performance last time out, picking up where it left off. And I swapped Robin for every standing Super League, and now I regret it. So we'll go to Sierra Leone stats first. Ship sailed, woulda. Faka, is that what you want to do? No wonder I see Tato's there gone straight into 60. Just reply to this fat-necked guy. What you want to do, Faka? While we're waiting, I know we'll have a quick look at Tato's stats. Solid performance, a couple going above themselves. Tomasi putting a proper shift in this time. Fusini again doing well, and obviously Robin with his goal and his assist. So once Ample adds it for Shearer. And the alright beard Ronnie on being captain. Well, you have to be, so we're going. So I'll keep my eye out for 60. Like I say again, it's unbelievable these guys can comment on this, make things sound like they're working. And here we go. 60 minutes and Sierra Leone. Can't say the pissing thing. I still can't get my head round. He can say it arsehole better than I can normally, but yeah. What you want to do, Faka? I think it's fairly reasonable. Bar Abelardo after his last performance, probably be a bit to take him off as maybe Amaruso, probably not the best thing. But in terms of formation, Duff for Wellens. And do you want to leave Wellens at right wing back? Two sort right, two centre mids with arrows up, and then obviously NDI centre. Is that it? Is that what you would like? Just a quick yes. When we looked at Egypt, yeah, but I think it'd be a bit daft for Tato to change anything considering how much they're on top. Yep. Egypt tactics. Again, just solid. Paliuka, he's had a little bit to do, but obviously not doing it that well. Zambrot picking up where he left off, though. A reasonable performance. Cannavaro obviously dominating. But solid throughout. If this team's solid, it's going to be really, really hard to break down for anybody. So it'd be interesting to see if Tato makes any changes or whether he just rolls and we just get on with it and go to the next semi-final. I think it'll be done for me. Please roll. So we're rolling. No more stoppages unless an injury or a red card. And it just seems that Egypt's definitely on top here. even more so. Again, Sierra Leone obviously do have a little bit of if somebody gets a chance, such as other lads there, like I did, but I think puts the game to bed. Robin with his second goal at game and his fifth of the tournament, I believe. But this team should be winning it. They're into the final. Unlucky Vaca, but that is an absolute masterclass from Egypt, so we'll go straight to them. Robin assists 2 goals, and that's, if we look at him now before we click continue, that's them 5 in 4 with an assist. So 6 goal contributions in 4 games is fantastic. Ronaldinho is another assist, just ticking over, but his ratings have been very good. And Zambrotta again is not Pagliuca. He's not done that much in terms of contribution. No, again, so he's got 4 and a 1 and a 1, but he's just performing, just absolutely performing, which is fantastic. So we'll have a quick look at Sierra Leone as well while we're there. Gattuso Candela, Vincent Mandela. I don't know why his nickname's gone, but move on to the next semi-final, which is Cameroon, obviously against the Congo lads. So Desai put Algeria in, who were in, come out for Milevski. Get straight on with it. And then Congo, I don't think there's any Congo lads here, but Anderson. No more defensive reinforcements on the bench, so we'll just stick Conceição on. Oh, we're at a ghost game. Oh, we haven't, have we? No, forget. So Edinburgh's out, so Gary Neville, obviously the easy one to come in. Apologies, I were a little bit perplexed at what were happening there. So we've got Congo against Nigeria. Oh, we've got Ronaldinho will build his praise up before the final. So semi-final, Nigeria against Congo. Check the conditions. Won't making any changes because nobody's here to make changes of. Neither is Ryan, and we'll just check them conditions. And a couple of big players, they got put through mill by Togo, and we're just going to run it. We're not going to stop it at all because nobody's here to make changes unless see somebody pop up that wants to make changes. And it's in Tato's hands now. Is this to win a trophy in the community? Maybe get, and there's Guardiola. Again, did he not score last game? No. Oh, he got one disallowed, didn't he, against us? It's my Holland. Yeah, it won a ghost game, Faka. Yeah, my bad. Extremely even half, and there's nobody here, so we'll just kick it straight off. We'll get to the final, and I'll be crazily surprised if Tato don't win this. It would be nice if I'd have got through. I'd have beat these Republic of Mongos, which they are, especially if it's Wooder and his fat neck. But yeah, there we go. Crespo there taking Nigeria, which seemingly will be, obviously a lot of time jumped up then, to the final. And we will have Egypt against Nigeria. Congo probably done a little bit out of it. Congo stats. I mean, they did that well. There's only Henry on an 8. Nigeria stats. Kieran Dyer again. He's had a very good tournament. But 8. It's really good from Nigeria and Ryan. And third place playoff. Faka, I'm going to guess you're going to put Vieira in there. Anything else you want to change at that? You can have your look at your condition. Yeah, there's a few struggling, to say the least. Yeah, Ryan's Nigeria Tato. Obviously fluke to win against me. Otherwise, me and you in final while I was streaming it'd have been a joy to behold. In fairness, just play it through. I'm just playing it through. What do you want to roll with them, or would you rather? Do you want Mandela or Trezeguet changing, or do you want to roll with it? I'm giving you the option because you're here. Just a little as is if you want to keep it there, or if you'd like to put Shorter in from the start for Trezeguet because he's knackered, or go through at 90. Right. Congo can go. Right, so we're going through at 90 Sierra Leone in their away kit. I know it's only third place playoff, but Amaruso. Yeah, I know it's only third place playoff, but you're here, and if you'd rather finish third, I'd rather finish third than fourth if I wouldn't play off. In fairness, but yeah, it's been a very boring house so far. But Sierra Leone obviously on top, looking at their match stats. Again, the Congo lads are not bothered, but yeah, it's not. I didn't really seem like it with that much on top from Sierra Leone. In fairness, but I think if I were their manager, I'd be a little bit perplexed that they ain't got a goal at this present minute in time. But up to 50 minutes, and not as much of a battering as it were going on. We'll have a quick look at Congo. Obviously, Nigmatulin on that 8, unsurprisingly. Sami Hyypiä having an absolute blinder back there as well. Sierra Leone, Seb Frey, they're not performing as well. Probably shows the strength of the team that they've got. In fairness, that they don't have to play that well to get a result. But if they all step it up a bit, I'd probably see that Sierra Leone probably see this home. But yeah, it's been terribly commentated on, and there is Lee Bowyer, who's been absolutely terrible. To be fair, if I'm honest, in this tournament, but and there, well, that was guaranteed to happen, wasn't it? Always is. There's a weird thing about this game. You say people's names or everything, the score or things happen. Weird things happen in this game. It's as if it listens to you. But end of the day, there's Sierra Leone. They've absolutely tore Congo to pieces, in fairness. Well done, Faka, for getting third place. Better than I did. And I hope you can take pictures of it, send it to your students when you get there. Put it on a projector on tomorrow morning. So then we'll go there. Ryan's not here, so he's just going to roll with his lineup as was. Tato. Yeah, well, I know Tato, but what am I supposed to do when people are here? We said we were going to get it concluded, didn't we? Right. So, what you want to do, Spudman? Obviously, you need to put a centre half in. I'm going to assume it's Valera, and I'll put him in for now. But I'm left. Do. Oh, yeah, well. Left two with 10 men. I don't know. What happened there? Oh, yeah. Anyhow, so Tato's all good. He's moving Balaran in, and he's ready to roll. Let's go. Final of aFCON 2. Venezuela still won't make its way out of Duggan's garage because Buddha can't be asked finding it. yeah, it's been very. Oh right, didn't replace Anderson. Oh right, well, okay, but you're losing to an half-fit Nigeria side in a very even game, doing very well pass completion. Just yeah, well, Buddha's not bothered, so it didn't matter, does it? Tato, anything you would want to do, my mate? I'll have a quick look at your condition as well. Galado's knackered. Yeah, this is the final, Smuts. It's been a complete shambles. I thought your shit show were a shambles, but this has been even worse. But anything you want to do with that, Spudman? So Vogel, Fiore for Vogel. That will do till 70. Okay. We're going to 70. Okay, right. So you don't want me to try stop it at 60 because I can't do that. Well, I'll try stop it at 60 and it might just end up being 70. Oh, there we go. It jumped from 50 odd to 68 then. So, Tato, big juice. Full Chester legend. Things might have it as. Not covering himself in glory. Put you behind. Do you go one at back with another one up top? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you've got Ronaldinho playing fantastically. Might I add. Shame his manager in Super League. What? That's okay. What, have him moving because he thinks he's got best one ever, but I think there's been better, in fairness, which I tried posting pictures of. But I will say, if you don't win this or you don't come back, we expunge it. I delete it off YouTube, and we won't let Ryan know. Oh no. I'm going to assume I'm hoping you sent that message when you said okay. I clicked because you said okay. I thought you meant it were okay. I said, is that alright? You said okay. So I made you change, and I said, is that alright? You said okay. So I went for it. Do you want me to, like, reload it? Should we start it all over again for laugh? Well, I can't really forget it, can I? Because it's just happened. I don't know. You said okay. With that, this absolute shambles. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to redo it either, or ever again. If I see a message saying okay, I say okay. Yeah, Steve's out. Steve ain't streaming no else ever in this life of mine ever. I'm just. He said okay, fucker. Yeah, streaming no else ever. Ever. I'd like to thank while I'm having it. Yeah, it's corrupt aFCON. I'd like to thank the Games Gone lads for starting it. Like to not thank myself for finishing it. I truly apologise to Tato for saying okay, which I think meant okay, so I clicked on. Anyway, love to all. It's been somewhat just to fill an hour of his night, because let's be honest, we miss what usually happening. And thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, and I deserve every bit of abuse that comes my way. Again, Tato, I apologise so much. But to be fair, your side shouldn't be that far down against that side, because it were best team in Africa at this present point. Right,